This is the Silver Tongue Queen in full effect, Miss Shadia Princess Chronicles. And I'm back with another one, just a little tidbit. And I promise I won't be before you very long. I just wanted to mention a few things with the issues of monogamy. A lot of us work. A lot of us have kids that we are tending to because they're home because of the pandemic. I'll give you that. And that's a very hard job. Whether you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. If you've got kids at home and you're caring for them, I commend you. And I give you all the praises, as somebody that is staying home and doing something with your kids. That is a difficult job. But this is not what this video is about. This video is about monogamy. When it comes to monogamy, the issues of in the bedroom seem to always stick their necks out certain times. Good times, bad times, inconvenient times, uncertain times, awkward times. Sex is an issue at times. And it's an issue, ladies and gentlemen. It's because a lot of times we as men and women, and I'm just coming at you from giving it to the brothers, because they work and they do everything they do. A lot of men hustle. Whatever you do to put food on your table, men, I say God bless you. Keep up the good motherfucking work, because I know it's hard out there for a man, especially if you don't have a job, or even if you do have a job. It's still hard. And for the women out there, it's hard for us too, because we're dealing with certain issues on the job, not enough pay, we're getting worked, to the fucking bone. And we don't get as much pay sometimes as men do. So I commend all of you. Whatever aspect of life that I nailed the hammer on, so to speak, I commend you and I admire you. And I must admonish you when I say, don't forget about your significant other that is depending on you for tenderness, intimacy, and sex. Love making is the key to a successful monogamous relationship. We must always remember to cherish each other and love on one another. But sex is so important. A lot of times when you're a woman, like myself, and you're working, it's hard to come home and still have to prepare dinner. Oftentimes, if you're in that type of position and you come home and your man hasn't prepared dinner, it's really awkward to have to prepare dinner. If you have kids, get the kids all squared away with them eating dinner. And, maybe clean up a little bit after work, clean up around the house. A lot of times men won't clean up because they're working, because they're doing everything you're doing. And you're colliding at times because things are left undone at home. And oftentimes things are left undone at work. And so you're constantly trying to make, everything come into fruition as far as everything getting done, making sure you're 3 steps ahead as far as the kids getting what they need every day and what your husband might need on the day to day. It can be very frustrating, and sometimes one issue may outweigh the other issue. And so in that situation, a lot of times there may be some things lagging on the part with the woman and even with the man, because there's all different sorts of scenarios that our relationships consist of, but they work for us. My reason for dropping this video tonight is because I want you guys to take the time to remember that sex is so important. You must remember to always please your significant other. You must always remember to find time to pleasure your lover. Because if you don't, somebody else may beat you to it. And a lot of times we're not, honest. Certain things may happen and we don't want to say because we're so afraid. And I'm talking as part of, in instances of or infidelity and monogamy has been broken. We're afraid to talk about the situation. We're afraid to confess about it. And a lot of times it's not one's fault because you're in a relationship together. It's a mutual understanding that you've come into your partner's life with. And you guys have a mutual common ground of understanding as far as the rules and boundaries and certain things that are expected in the relationship. And a lot of times, like I said, we're lagging. And so infidelity slips in when the lagging slips in. So you must always remember sex is the key to communication. You see, verbal communication is not always the key. Sometimes you need sexual communication. Sometimes you need the essence of your lover's scent or the essence of your lover's cum or maybe the essence of your lover's saliva, so to speak. And this video is not for kids. This is for adults and that of those that are in monogamous relationships. And I just wanted to point out that if you're not having sex on a regular, it could be detrimental to the health of your healthy monogamous relationship. So let's remember that in our busy lives, that we must find an area where we can please our partner. It is essential to a healthy relationship. So maybe you come home a woman, you see what I'm saying? The dishes ain't done. Maybe he's not working. And this motherfucker got the mitty gitty gall not to wash the motherfucking dishes. Let's just go there, okay? Ah. Then he still wants you to fuck him and suck him when you lay down after you have cooked dinner, sweep and mop. Yeah, hey, I've been there. But you must always remember, even in those instances, if you don't have the communication of sex, you could be treading on thin ice. So it's no problem to roll over and suck a dick to make the monogamy and the connection of sexual communication stay up to par. A lot of people say you're only as good as your last performance. And I have to say that might be true. But a little surprise blowjob in the middle of the night will set a nigga straight and make him second guess about thinking about Sally Loose Ass around the corner. You see. Ladies, you must always remember that we cycle every month. That of those of you that are still cycling. There are some of us that, have gotten getting away from the cycling because we up in age. Some of us are up in age. I believe I told you how old I am, and I just lost my light, but I don't give a fuck as long as I lost my music too. You see, some of us are up in age. You see, some of us are on these emotional spells of, you don't always want to have sex. You don't always feel like being touched. But you must always remember that there is a way to please your lover, even if you don't feel like really doing that shit. And I'm speaking from personal experience as I am married and now upon my third marriage. There are certain things that you can do in the bedroom that don't even involve you doing too much, and it would please your partner. A little hand job, you see what I'm saying? A little BJ goes a long way, motherfucker. Some of you bitches out there is just tight ass bitches. You see what I'm saying? It don't take much to suck a dick. It don't take much, ladies, to eat some puss if that's what you into. The reason why I'm dropping this video is because I want you guys to remember that the Silver Tongue Queen in full effect is here to remind you how important it is to have sex in your monogamous relationship. It is the simple key to a wonderful communication between two consenting mutual partners. And, you know, a lot of people will say that, oh, I do it 3 times a week. Me and my man fuck 4, 5 times a week. Bullshit. But there are certain things you can do. There are some things that will drive a man crazy. You can touch his toes. You see what I'm saying? Have you ever tried to lick a man's toes? Try it. It is very pleasing to a man. And, I'm not going to get into the things that I do, but I am just here to offer a simple tidbit of advice to say, don't forget to please your partner. Don't forget that those sexual pleasures, those sexual things are very important in a monogamous relationship. You just have to be creative. You have to use your mind. Use your mind. Use your thoughts. Be creative. Get pointers. You don't have to say where you're getting pointers. You don't even have to ask for them. Just use the creative side of you. And I'm sure it's going to work out so simple and true for you and your boo. And you'll be thankful that you took the advice from the Silver Tongue Queen in full effect. Sex is a beautiful thing. A lot of times we look at it as a lot of us will look at it sometimes as just a routine, roll in the hay. But in other times, a lot of people look at it as sacred. It is a sacred thing. And it is a sacred thing. And it should be a sacred thing. And oftentimes it's looked down on as a chore. If you've been in a situation where you've been married a long time and you've kind of lost that flair, don't forget, playfulness is very healthy. You just have to remember to be playful. And this often will lead to sex or lovemaking, whatever you want to call it. It's very important in a healthy monogamous relationship. A lot of you are working. A lot of you are depressed. A lot of you are in between jobs and looking for work. A lot of you are living in certain instances or awkward arrangements, so to speak, and it's hard to do these certain things. But you can always find the time to take time for a little sexual play. It don't always have to be the in and out game. It could be a simple lips around the mouth situation. Just always remember to be playful with your significant other because it keeps the flair, it keeps the excitement, it keeps the sauciness, so to speak, the sizzle of sexual pleasure, because all these playful things lead up to stuff. You see what I'm saying? A tickle here, a bump there, a little rub here. You see what I'm saying? Or maybe a caress there. Something soft and touchable will lead up to something sweaty and hot. And I just want to encourage you guys to not forget that these helpful hints will keep your motherfucking ass off the chat line in the middle of the goddamn night. Do you love the motherfucker you said you wanted to be with? Well, take my advice. These helpful hints will save your monogamous relationship's life, so to speak. A lot of you dirty motherfuckers just want to be out here rag dick and just fuck with any old thing. Catfish dick. Hey, if that's you, then that's you. But I'm talking to the motherfuckers that are in something that is strong. Something that has been going on for a long time, so to speak. Well, no, not so to speak. So it motherfucking is. If you've been with somebody 5, 10, 15, 20 years, that's a long motherfucking time nowadays. Because motherfuckers is getting divorced left and right. So congratulations to all the motherfuckers that lasted 5, 10 years. Congratulations. That's why I say take my advice, because these hints will help you continue your wonderful relationship. And I just want y'all to know I am not COVID-19 or anything. That is glitter. That glitter go crazy. I be trying to... Anyways, please remember to please your mate. Sometimes it don't have to be a huffing and a puffing and a fucking and a sucking. Sometimes touches, caresses, grabs, touches, wiggling of the hand. Put your finger in the palm of your mate's hand and just rub it. Rub it. Eventually, that blood in the palm of that hand is going to send electroshock waves from the palm of the hand through the veins up to the heart and to the brain. And then it's going to shoot down to where it need to be. You see what I'm saying? And that will get them stirred up. Sometimes just a rub on the shoulder, you see what I'm saying, will get your juices flowing to say, my man, or my woman, whatever your situation is. Not trying to be disrespectful to anybody or leave anybody out. I know what year I live in. So I try to touch on everybody's situation or arrangement, so to speak, as far as relationships, because they're in any kind of form these days. And so we have to be inclusive with everybody. You see what I'm saying? So whomever it is or whomever you're with, these hints can help, these tips can help you keep the excitement, keep the love, keep the sizzle in your relationship. I'm about relationships. I think that they're a beautiful thing. You don't always have to be married. Hell no. I understand people want to play around. But you have to be safe. And you have to be responsible when you're playing around. You see what I'm saying? I'm all about responsibility. Even when I was out there in them streets, responsibility was condoms and lube. That's right. So, now that I'm married, I would just like to share these helpful hints to help you keep your monogamous relationship safe, sexually healthy, sexually pleasurable, and exciting with sizzle. You see what I'm saying? Let's not forget about the touches. The touches. You see, these touches will lead to certain things. That's why I say a lot of motherfuckers always want to just jump in the sack and pump and guts and all that. Why don't you take the time to enjoy it? Foreplay is the most sexual, arousing type of sexual activity as far as I'm concerned. A little bit of foreplay goes a long way, you see. And I think that it's needful in a monogamous relationship. A lot of us, like I said previously, we have busy lives. We're on the go. On the go, there you go. You're on the go. Where you going? You on the go. Got to go. I'll see you later. I got to go. Don't forget, in your got to go, motherfucker, to please your significant other. You must keep their minds and hearts interested. A little peck, a kiss on the cheek. No, 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 no. Fellas, put your hand in there. Mm-hmm. That'll keep her interested. Put your hand in there. Ladies, I have one for you. Squeeze him. There. That keeps him interested. That lets him know, hey, she's still interested. I'm just trying to give out helpful hints to all of my subscribers and that of those that are viewing this to let you know that if you're in a relationship, sometimes the touches, the caresses can go a long way and they'll keep the excitement in your monogamous relationship. All relationships are monogamous when they start out. That's true. And then along the way, along the lines, a little ways down, you decide you want to try new things. And sometimes these new things can be dangerous. It's just, in my opinion, you need to recreate the old flame that used to sizzle when you came together with the person that you're with. You see what I'm saying? And I didn't want to be before you all long. I just wanted to say hello. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing to Miss Shadia Princess Chronicles, the Silver Tongue Queen in full effect. And so, I hope that, I said something that you can take from me, so to speak, and use it, apply it to your life. Those touches, guys, that drives women crazy. A little elbow touch, a little elbow massage, a little grabbing of the wrist, not too hard, just gently. That sends a woman up the, shivering pole. At least it does for me. You see, a lot of us ain't all about, just jumping in the sack right away. A lot of us that have been around the block, we like foreplay. And I'm not trying to rhyme. I'm really not. But sometimes foreplay can be the most sexiest shit on the planet because it's all leading up to something. You see what I'm saying? If you've ever had an 8-course meal, it starts out with something simple, like maybe some crackers or maybe some bruschetta, biscotti. Something simple, something sweet. It may start out with a little soup or maybe some veggies or maybe a slice of, um, what's that? Not parfait, but that sweet tart with the fruit, whatever. It starts out with something small, but with each level of food or plate, it gets bigger and more tastier, and the flavors become bolder and more exciting, and you can't wait until what's coming next. And it's the same thing with flirting. Flirting can consist of a touch, a stare. A lot of times I get on my husband about, I fucking motherfuckers. Because sometimes a eye stare can go a long way. Huh? Just the eyes can tell so much. That's why oftentimes I just look away, because I can see things, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I just wanted to be an encouragement to my subscribers and everybody out there in YouTube universe to say that foreplay goes a long way. And it's a wonderful thing to remember that it doesn't always have to be a pumping and a sweating type shit. A little touch here, a little wiggle there can go a long way in helping the monogamous sexual relationship stay healthy and strong. I certainly hope I said something tonight to help somebody out there in YouTube universe. Think and use your mind about certain things because it really is up to you to keep the spice and flair and the excitement going on in your relationship. A lot of times we've been together with our significant other for a long time, and the spice of life seems to take flight and it's no longer in existence. Like I've said in previous videos, and I joke about it all the time, my grandma used to play this one song and it was called "The Thrill Is Gone." The thrill is gone away. A lot of times in our relationships, we've been together with the person for so long, it seems like the thrill is gone away. But that's bullshit. You can make it come back. You just have to be creative. You have to get excited again for the one that you fell in love with in the first place. The thrill ain't gone away because the thrill is you. And everything that you attracted your mate to attract to you is still in you. You see what I'm saying? I think we just get bored. We get bored and we get complacent and we get dissatisfied. And we let temptation come in. You see what I'm saying? With all the bullshit on TV and on the internet, it's easy to fall within that bracket of being led astray by temptation. But everything that you liked about your significant other, everything that you thought was beautiful, everything that you thought was sexy, everything that you thought was exciting, everything that you thought was new and fresh. You see what I'm saying? It is still there. It's still there. It's just up to you to tap into that energy, to keep that blood, those juices flowing, to keep that sexual encounters a-coming. See, a lot of times we're only as good as our last performance, unfortunately. It's like, when you're married, it's like, oh, she gonna give me some head, she gonna give me some head, I don't know. You see? And then with women, it's like, ooh, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna lick it? Is he gonna, what's wrong with keeping that going? What is wrong with that? That's why we have so much infidelity, because we have lost the ability to be creative in our relationships. And I'm just dropping this video to let you guys know, please be creative. There are all sorts of things you can do to keep the spice going in your monogamous relationship. Try fruit. Huh? Try fruit. That can always be spicy. Try hot food. Try some jalapenos. Jalapenos. Huh? Be creative. I'm just putting little shit out there for you guys to think about. Some creative thoughts. Get your juices flowing. To that of those that are in a relationship that's gotten kind of dry and dull and boring. And you've allowed temptation to set in and you've been using your big ass brain. To sit up on the motherfucking chat line, and be led astray by loose puss goosey miss bitch. And now you fucking around and now your shit itching and you don't know where the fuck it came from. But now she wanna fuck, I'm just dropping these lines to help somebody out there make the right decision. If you're gonna do it, you may as well practice safe sex. And you may as well be honest with your significant other. Don't get caught up. Because the game guy don't like that type of shit. The game gotta let shit unfold when you don't want it to, baby. So be real about your shit. That's what I say. Anyways, like I said earlier, I didn't want to be before you too long. I just wanted to drop this little tidbit to help somebody out there in YouTube universe. I'm doing okay. I'm all right. I'm in the midst of cooking right now. I know it's late, but sometimes I cook late. And my son came home today, and I'm so happy. Even though he in there knocked out, I'm doing okay. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I thought I'd drop this little video to let you guys know I love you, and I'm wanting to help you too in your relationships. This is the Silver Tongue Queen in full effect, and I will be back with another one. Please stay tuned. I'll talk to y'all soon.